Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So this is going to be my Walking Dead episode 7 video. They did all the things. Very big spoiler warning if you have not seen the episode yet. So here we go. There is a new round of the giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. It's just a $20 Amazon gift card. So if you guys didn't see, top 5 WTF, let's go ahead and start with it. Number 5, Glenn is alive. They opened the episode with him. They totally pulled the bait and switch thing. Even if you didn't see spoilery behind the scenes stuff, you probably guessed that there was some way that Glenn was going to survive. It was a great way to open the episode. I mean, it was a great scene, especially when Enid throws the bottle down like, hey, stupid, I said catch. But I feel like the reveal would have worked a lot better if there hadn't been any behind-the-scenes spoilery images that had posted on the internet, or if they hadn't taken him out of the opening credits. And even bigger than that, he didn't go on Talking Dead the night that he supposedly died. That's the biggest thing of all. Like, usually actors, when they die, will go on Talking Dead and be like, hey, yeah, I'm really sad that I had to die. They tell funny stories about how the showrunners told them, hey, look, we're going to be killing you next week. So I kind of feel like this was a no-win situation for the Walking Dead producers. Like, there was no way people were not going to see him walking around on the set. So whatever, I give them a pass. At least they tried. I mean, it's not the greatest plot twist that they've ever gone for, but I think one of the reasons they swung for the fences with this is because this whole first half of the season is taking place within the span of like a single week almost. So because they can't push forward too much in time, they can't introduce too many things, they have to create drama within the group. So it's like Maggie's pregnant, she's gonna have a baby, but we don't know if Glenn's alive. Is the baby gonna grow up without a dad? What's going on? Anyone who's been criticizing this first half of the season for being too much like season 2 on Herschel's farm, you're not super far off. I do think it's better now than it was then. I just hope that they don't overstay their welcome. And on to my number 4 WTF. Carol finds out that Morgan is hiding someone in a secret basement. Really, all of Morgan's scenes were about him facing the Jedi Council's justice. You can speculate on which one's Carol, which one's Michonne, which one's Rick, but I think we all feel like they're in the right for taking him to task for not killing the wolves that ended up almost killing Rick. It's not just that they almost killed Rick, it's that they also lost that car. They could have used that car to lead the walkers away. Speaking of which, we don't know what's going to happen in that basement now that Carol knows that the wolf is there. It's almost like we're going back to prison Carol, where she killed Karen because she thought she was going to turn. If there's a chance that shit could go down, Carol will go into Terminator mode and just take care of it. The only thing that'll keep you from turning into a monster is killing. That was such a great way to answer Sam. So dark, just so dark. But on to my number 3 WTF, Glenn and Enid, they make a great pair just because Enid is so funny and Glenn is so determined. You know, we don't have to talk. Glenn just having to take all of her shit. It's just practice for whenever Glenn's child is that age. I should actually say that the bigger surprise for me is that Enid is still on the show. I thought that she left completely, and she is a little bit more fun with Glenn right now than she was with Carl. On to my number 2 WTF though, Mini Porch Dick versus Carl looks like it's gonna go down. At least that's what they want us to think. But because of the Glenn bait and switch, I'm just expecting it to go down some other way. For those of you that have not read the comics, it seems like they're teasing a very big plot twist that happens to Carl's character. But because it would be super spoilery, if you do want to talk about it, you have read the comics, just please use spoiler tags. I say given the way the TV show has treated storylines in the past, it's 50-50 odds that Mini Porch Dick will go after Carl with the gun. The other side of that being that he'll try to save Carl. It seems too obvious that they want you to think that he's going after Carl with the gun. Yeah, he's super creepy, he's super gun happy, so he's definitely going to cause some sort of accident. But when it comes to The Walking Dead, they are very misleading. Just look at what happened with Glenn. So do not take the bait right away. But I mean, there's still a chance he could try to shoot Carl. And of course, on my number 1 WTF, the tower comes down, leaving a point of entry for the super horde, and it becomes no way out. So that's basically where we are in the comics. For those that are asking, the story arc that the TV show is doing right now is no way out. Walkers get in, shit goes down, a bunch of people end up dying, like it definitely thins out the cast. But because it is kind of spoilery, like the characters that end up dying, I'll just say one more time, please use spoiler tags if you want to talk about comic book storylines specifically. But because next week is the mid-season finale on Walking Dead, there will definitely be characters dying. There has not been a mid-season finale in recent memory where no one has died. The real question is like how many of the safe zone people, like the new characters they're going to kill off, compared to pre-existing main characters? They totally just saved Glenn, so I think that he's safe, but I'm actually curious to see if they kill off Morgan, just as a way of showing how there are consequences to not killing people. He has continually been confronted with that idea. Life is precious, but some people do not deserve to live. They burn people, Morgan. So obviously this wolf, who is like very clearly bent on killing every single man, woman, and child in the safe zone, is going to do something terrible. And I'm wondering if in the chaos of the super horde getting in, Morgan is going to go down. Let me know in the comments below, who do you guys think is going to die in the mid-season finale? Main cast and supporting characters, like new safe zone characters. When it's all said and done, I felt like it was a great episode. I did not like the Glenn twist. I mean, it's a total bait and switch. Game of Thrones is doing the exact same thing with Jon Snow, but they did the smart thing and did it with their season finale. I feel like that's acceptable, where it's like, oh man, we're not gonna find out if he's still alive because they won't start filming for another 6 months. So it's not like there were spoilery images of him walking around the set within a couple weeks, but that did happen with Glenn. So it's like, wait a minute, why is he walking around on set? We just saw him die. So it was a great idea on the show's part to try that. I feel like it didn't go over as well as they'd hoped. But the really fun thing that we need to remember is that they did not answer the question who radioed for help to Daryl. Now, Abraham, Daryl, Sasha, still on their way back to the safe zone, so obviously they're going to arrive in the mid-season finale. But maybe they'll run afoul of that new group again, who I do think are the saviors from the comics. They really only announced the Negan casting a little while ago, so I think it's a little too soon to expect him in episodes. I'm not expecting him till like the latter part of the season. Speaking of time delay in episodes, like, we're watching episodes now, but they've already filmed through like the next 4 or 5 episodes. Tara right now, as we're seeing her, is still super pregnant because the actress in real life is pregnant. But right now, the day I'm posting this video, she's already had the baby, so she's back to normal. So if it seems like Tara has been sneaking a lot of food out of the pantry, it's just because she's pregnant in real life. In related news, I will say congratulations to last week's giveaway winner, Blake Scherer. Please private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact info. What's going to happen tomorrow is I have new Game of Thrones to post and new Jessica Jones. If you guys haven't been watching that, it is awesome. You need to check it out. And for those of you that have been asking about Into the Badlands, I'm not intending to do videos for that, but it is a really good looking series. They did the Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead thing where they give it 6 episodes and then they either decide to pick it up for season 2 or cancel it forever. And it seems like it's doing pretty well, so I think it'll get a season 2, but it's a fun show too. While you guys wait for everything to post, you can click here for all my Walking Dead Season 6 videos, and you can click here for the Star Wars teaser that I just posted. Whole bunch of Maz Kanata, and there's actually a Game of Thrones actress that you might spot, someone that's part of the Rogue Squadron. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.